We can make Quebec better. This example, this office, Francophones and Anglophones all working together without any linguistic divide is another perfect example of the way things should be. This is a multilingual city. It should be officially bilingual, and that's one of the things we're pushing for.
Montreal should officially be recognized as a bilingual city, but are you really holding your breath?
Victoria Day rally for a bilingual Montreal. It's being held at noon in NDG at Girouard Park, which is right on the corner of Girouard and Sherbrooke in Notre-Dame-de-Grâce. Will you be there? Is it your intention to be there and to support people like Hugo who are, let's face it, fighting on your behalf?
What do you think of what the government is now saying about Bill 14? That there actually will be amendments.
Queen Victoria was one of the greatest queens, but she's also the Queen of Canada, and she honored Cartier, she honored La Fontaine, she honored Laurier. These are prominent French Canadians who contributed and did great things for Canada, and Victoria, she honored them for a reason.
There will be a rally on Monday. It's being billed as a Victoria Day rally for a bilingual Montreal.
So, Language Minister Diane de Courcy and the Minister responsible for Anglo relations, Jean-François Lisée, trying to ease Anglo concerns about Bill 14 after they wrote an open letter published in today's Gazette. Lisée says he's taking Anglo input into account when considering amendments, but that things like extending the language law's reach to businesses with fewer than 50 employees, that is not negotiable. And when it comes to officially declaring Montreal bilingual, well, what do you think the PQ would think about that?
Hugo Shebbeare. Hugo's appeared before the National Assembly Committee into Bill 14. He's been on this program a number of times, and he's in studio with me tonight.
In other words, you don't have much faith when Jean-François Lisée says the PQ government has actually heard the Anglophone community on its concerns about that bill.
We shouldn't even be at the point of trying to add on to Bill 101. We should be trying to go in a completely opposite direction. He's an intelligent person, but he knows what he's doing is intelligently wrong. But we're continue to have a barrage of one bill after the other that makes us feel unwelcome in our own province. And if they're really listening to us, which I've seen that they are not because they've stoned their faces, many people have reported this on the OQLA.org site where people have put up posts about this. They just don't care. They don't seem to get it. I've gone past the point of worrying about whether 9 people or 400 people show up. I think the CAC will try to go through and waste some time with some amendments, wasting all of our precious time when they should be concentrating on other major problems Quebec has. And the Liberals are going to do their job to filibuster it as long as possible, but it won't pass before the summer and it'll just fade away in the fall.
Where do you get your passion to have become so involved in the issue of language in Montreal?
Well, there was an incident that I had lived through working in the Quebec government, where I was basically thrown out of my job because I was trying to save us all billions of dollars at the Caisse de dépôt, which is our retirement placement fund. Mm-hmm. And at the end of it all, where they rejected the fact that I had documented their audit failure in 2008 before the big losses were revealed publicly, they told me, they sent me out the door and left the door open and told me how easy it was to kick out les Anglais. I'm Hugo Shebbeare, and I'm here to speak with Barry Morgan about our event on Monday to celebrate Victoria Day, denounce the discrimination based on language and recent acts of violence. We've seen several incidents of verbal abuse, but now we have seen too many acts of violence And we're here to denounce that, especially what happened to Mr. Bina. And also we're going to celebrate Victoria Day and try and explain to our French-Canadian counterparts that these great people like Laurier and Cartier and Louis Hippolyte Lafontaine were all knighted by Victoria, and I think that we should move on and start celebrating Victoria Day like the rest of Canada and reconnect with the rest of Canada instead of celebrating patriots who happened to push for rebellion well before Confederation. So our sincere wish is that everybody gets together and figures a way of having officially bilingual Montreal, so that we can move beyond linguistic intolerance, and hopefully we can find a peaceful solution and not have to deal with discrimination based on language, and everybody can feel comfortable in their own city.
Lise says he's taking Anglo input into account when considering amendments, but that things like extending the language law's reach to businesses with fewer than 50 employees, that is not negotiable. And when it comes to officially declaring Montreal bilingual, well, what do you think the PQ would think about that?